Good morning. Welcome to Crochet with Nonna and Rosanna. I'm Rosanna. And today is WIP weekend number 85. I am making this on December 8th, but it will be released Saturday morning on the 9th of December. It has been not a good week for me. I can't seem to finish anything. I start something, I put it down, I start doing something else, and I flip over to something else. I just can't seem to concentrate on one particular item, and my mind is swirling like, oh, I should do this, oh, I should do that. So I did go out grocery shopping one day, and another day I went out looking for flowers to make my mom's wreath for her graveyard site. And Michael's had hardly anything at all. And the dollar store didn't have any summer flowers whatsoever. It was all Christmas flowers. So I spent the day going to 3 different Michaels in my area, which is, 20 kilometers, 15 miles in each direction. And all the dollar stores. I finally found some. So I made my mom's wreath. So that's one thing I have accomplished this week. So, and her favorite are yellow carnations. So I made that. She would rather probably, let me see, there we go. She'd probably want this instead of Christmas colors. So we made this. My aunt was going to go out and buy one. I said, don't. I'd rather make one for her. I made the wreath for my grandparents' gravesite, and Mom is laid to rest right next to them. So that is my major item that I completed this week. Like I said, it's been a crazy week. And Colin's mom is still in the hospital, and I went with Colin last night, and I had a breakdown just walking through the parking lot to get into the hospital because that's where Mom passed away. But his mom seems okay. Her oxygen levels have dropped, so they've got her on a 6, which I don't know what that means, of oxygen going in, and they're checking her heart, and they've done some x-rays, but still no definite answer on what's going on. And she's complaining that she's hungry because she doesn't like the food there, so we've been bringing her food again. And she says, there's no snacks. So before Colin and I go tonight to visit her, I'm going to make her a couple peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. That's what she wants. And I'm going to put some fruit in some containers. Like grapes won't go bad. They'll be able to stay, for 3 or 4 days. So they won't go bad. And cut up a pear for her. She doesn't like apples. So we're just trying to get her some snacks to get her through the day. And I'm going to make lasagna for Sunday dinner, so she'll get a lasagna, so she'll be happy with that. She doesn't like pasta, which is hilarious, but she likes lasagna. So we'll be bringing her some lasagna on Sunday night, or probably not till Monday because we usually eat around 7, and that'll be too late for her. So that's what's been happening with my week. I am doing a lot of my arts and crafts in the morning. I finished a few and I started a few, so I'll start with my crafts, my WIP crafts. So the first one is I started a new paint by number, and it is a holiday themed paint by number, and I got it at Michael's, and it was on clearance for $12.99, so that was great. So this is what it's going to look like. They in the kit they put a finished picture, and mine looks nothing like that yet. I've been painting quite a bit. Make sure it's the right side up. So that's how I've started. I don't know if I bring it in close, you can't see the numbers, but they're very faint on there, and you just follow the numbers. So I've been working on this paint by number, and like I said, first thing in the morning when I'm watching my videos on YouTube, I can do my arts and crafts, but having a problem with my crochet, which I love crochet. I do so many projects every week, and every month I complete so many projects, but I just can't seem to do it right now. I've started some. I finished a few squares, but usually I finish a couple blankets in a week. So that's what's going on there. And then my next is my cross stitch that I'm working on. And I've got this here on my easel. So that's what it's going to look like when it's done. Oh, I had some black thread on there too. And I'm working on the snowman right now. So just working on that. And I do a little bit in the mornings. Like I say, I do my 3 arts and crafts in the mornings. And that's usually between, let's say, whenever I wake up between 4:30 and 6:30, I usually wake up. And I do that till about 9 o'clock when my husband leaves for work. Phoenix, she's playing over there underneath the table. I'm not sure the front entrance. She's making noises. And I started another diamond painting, and it is a Christmas scene. The plastic is on it, and I've gotten this much done. A little bit more over here, but this whole section is done now. So, and it's a round diamond painting, and I just find it very simple and not mind numbing, but just very simple to do while I'm listening to my YouTube channels. I watch a lot of crochet channels, and I watch a lot of true crime, and true crime has been helping me, which is awful to say, but it just keeps my mind engaged, and then I don't start thinking about my mom. And I'm still at the point where when I think about my mom, I start crying. So I'm trying not to, but everyone says it's good for me to release it. So when I cry, I cry. You know, it can catch me while I'm driving, while I'm in the grocery store, but I have to carry on. My Christmas shopping is awful. While I was out looking for the flowers in some of the malls, I got Colin's mom a pair of black slacks and a red mock neck turtleneck. So that's what she's getting for Christmas. And her birthday's on the 19th. I still think I'll probably get her a nice nightgown or something. I'll go to Marshall's or Winners to find that. So to get back, and I think that's it for my arts and crafts WIPs. And I did, like I said, I'm working on WIPs that have been around for a long, long time. And I found this and I looked at it, and I'm going to frog it. It actually looks beautiful. And this is probably 3-4 years old, right from the beginning. But the dimensions aren't right. So it's way too long for the width. So I'm going to frog this, and I'm going to do the granny square on it because it does look pretty. So this is getting frogged, and I will start anew. And the yarn I'm using for this is, and you can tell it's old just by the label itself. It's a Lion brand, and it is the ice cream cake, and it recommends, let me see, a 4mm hook, and that's what I was using, a 4mm hook. And I have been searching for this hook for a couple years now, so now I know where it was. It was in this bag, and I did most of this as we were traveling up to our really good friend's cottage, and I would do it on the way up there. But I'm going to frog it because the dimensions just don't look right to me, and start it anew. So that's one WIP or frog that I'm going to do, and it was just kept in this storage bag upstairs in my yarn room. That is slowly getting put back together and much, much neater than it was. So hopefully I'll be able to give you a little tour of my yarn room in the new year. Another WIP I found, which I was doing for Judy in Judy's Creations and Crochet, was a shawl, but when I looked, I found I had already made a shawl in this, and I'm not sure whose pattern it is, but I will finish it because I'm donating to 2 different seniors' homes, and I'm definitely going to do that next week. Monday and Tuesday, I'll be washing all the blankets and bringing them to the seniors' homes. So I'm going to finish this shawl so I can send it to the other seniors' homes. Basically looks like 2 rows of double crochet and then 2 rows of the window pattern, or double crochet, skip 1, chain 1, double crochet. So I will finish this shawl, And I have enough yarn left over to do that. And I'm using, and you can tell this is old yarn too. It's the Karen Simply Soft, but it's in their old label. And I believe I got this at the clearance price was $4.76, and it was 50% or 70% off that. So very good value. And I'll probably be going and finding some more good values in the new year, but not right now. Excuse me. And the last WIP is one of my first projects I ever started. And so we're talking 3.5, almost 4 years ago when I started crocheting. And I don't know what I was thinking when I started this. Let me show you. It's made from Bernat Super Value. So I've got 2 of those. And it is, I don't even know whose pattern it was, but it's a square, a circle to a square. And these are the ones I did this week. So I've done 2, 4, 6, only 8 squares. And not even that, the circles were already done. I was just squaring it up. So these are them. And the color of the circle is, as soon as I find it in this package, let me bring it up here. So it is, like, look at all these circles I have. Like I said, I don't know what I was thinking when I made this many circles. So these are the circles that are remaining that need to be put into squares. Oh, a few more. Oh no, some more. So literally, I'm going to say at least 40 squares right here, or circles. And I made these out of a jumbo Super Saver ombre in the color True Blue. So I'm sure I had 2 of these because I don't think just half a skein would have made all those circles. But not only do I have these circles to make, these I've made, I have all these completed in here. And like I said, I don't know what I was thinking, so I'll keep piling them up for you. I don't know what I was thinking. Like, how many squares do you need to make a lapgan or a throw? Unless I was thinking maybe a bedspread, a queen-size bedspread. But these are all the squares I have done, and the ends are not done. And let me see, 10, 20, 30. There's probably 40 or 50 here. So in the ombre, I've just gone through and made circles. So all the circles are the different colors of blue, and some have a multicolor in it. So that's what I'm working on right now. So there's this many done that need their ends tied in. I'm just putting it on the chair beside me here, and I'll clean up afterwards. This is what I have done this week, and all my ends are done. And like I said, it was when I first started, and now I always try and do my ends as I work it because that's going to take me a week just to tie in all those ends probably. And then I have, I can't even grab them all. There's still some on my table here. So there's all these circles that I still have to do. I'm hoping that I have enough. And the color is winter white. So even if I don't, the colors shouldn't be that different that it'll be noticed. I haven't decided how I'm going to join them. I may just sew these together because there's so many of them. And maybe do like a runner at the bottom of the bed for Paige's room. My granddaughter has claimed the room as Paige's room. So I might just do a runner at the bottom of the bed because the duvet cover is just an off-white color. And then maybe find a navy blue, a red heart navy blue to do a border. So that's what I'll do. And then whatever squares are left over, I will make some wheelchair lapgans. So I don't think this will be done anytime soon, but I am working on it. And the only other item I'm working on, which I don't have here with me, they're in the other room, is the tiny 3 round squares that I'm doing out of fingering weight yarn that I was working in the hospital when I was visiting my mom. I was making squares, so I have ordered another pickle jar from oh, I'll put the name of it. I can't remember the store right now, but it's fingering weight yarn, all different colors. So I ordered another 50 mini hanks to complete that project. And I'm doing that in memory of my mom. So it'll be a very special blanket that I'll be keeping for myself. So while I was at Michael's, let me just, I just saw this here. Every year I get myself a new Santa, and this year I got a globe. So it's Santa and a snowman with the word hope on it. So I hope I can make this a happy Christmas for the rest of my family. I'm going to struggle with it, but for the kids, we have to do what we have to. So that's my Santa, and it's hope. So those are the WIPs. I still have more WIPs upstairs in my my craft room that I'll be bringing out and showing you next week. And the only items that I completed are nothing to do with yarn. I finished the Santa diamond painting. So that was one item that I completed. And you can see it right here. It's upside down. I finished the paint by numbers birds that I'll be putting up in my backyard next year. I think it's a nice bright color. And I got this done before I started. I don't like to have the paints, open the paints before I have to, so I try and finish each painting project at a time. So that's it for finished items. I can't imagine seeing any finished items for the month of December. I'm hoping at least I can get the shawl done and donate that. If not, it'll be donated next year. And oh, the other item that I did finish that some of you saw on my book cover inspiration, Mal, was the blanket I'm making for the newest member of our family, Colin's son. I call him our son. Ryan has a girlfriend, and she'll be joining us Christmas Eve for Christmas. And the book was The Witching Hour by Anne Rice, and the colors in it were white and gray and silver and gold and red. So I thought that was perfect for her favorite hockey team, which is the Ottawa Senators. And I'll just make a quick showing of it. So I made a blanket for her. So that's it there if you haven't seen it. And then through the middle, it's all red. And then I mirrored it at the bottom. So this is a lovely large lapgan. There we go. And it's very long. It's 62, I think, inches long. There we go. So the two of them will snuggle up on the couch and watch hockey games. I don't know if our son Ryan, who is a Leaf fan, will want to snuggle up under this blanket. I did make him a maple leaf blanket years ago, so he's got that maple leaf blanket, so they'll both have a blanket. So that, I did finish this because it is a Christmas gift, and I just muscled through it, and I just found a thread somewhere. We'll have to sew that in. That's the last one. I always find ones when I'm washing too. When I'm washing all the lapgans and folding them up, I always find them. I always have a needle upstairs to sew in some of the ends. In all my lapgans that I do for donation, I never leave a loose end. I always tie them in knots first because they go through the tumblers and the washers at the homes that are much larger and much rougher than yours and mine's wash machine and dryer. So I always tie them in knots, so there's no chance of the blankets coming undone. So that's I did finish that WIP right at the beginning of the week just before I put out my video this week. So that's it for this week of WIP weekend. I'm going to work on my squares. I have not put my Christmas stuff up, and I'm going to do it this weekend. My husband will help me carry the stuff up. I have the huge totes downstairs, and I just can't carry them up. And by the time he gets home, we have dinner. It's already 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock. So this weekend, I'm not going to put out all my Christmas items, but I will put my tree up and all my Santas on the mantelpiece. So that's what I have planned for this weekend, and I will be working on these whips and frogging the one whip. And we are taking my stepdad, Brian. It was his birthday this week, and he went over to my mom's cousins for dinner. And we were going to take him to his favorite Italian restaurant, but the earliest I could get dinner reservations were 8:30, and that said it's much too late. Like, I'm in bed by 10 most nights, so way too late for us to eat. Excuse me. So we're going to take him to Satira's, which is mine and my husband's favorite Greek restaurant. So we'll take him there. We'll have a wonderful Greek dinner and go back and have a piece of birthday cake and come home and go to bed. I look forward to going to bed at nights. So that's what I'm going to be doing this weekend. And next week, just starting to get ready for Christmas. So I guess we'll start wrapping some presents. And the presents are all right next to me in the living room here. There's quite a few that need to be wrapped. And I may cheat and go buy some bags from the dollar store and put them in bags this year. We'll see how it goes because my mind is just going from one thing to another. I guess it's all part of grieving, and I just can't keep my mind set on one thing. Oh, I'm holding my hook here, and it's a 5. See, like I can't even think straight today either. So that's it for my WIP weekend. I hope you have a wonderful WIP weekend, and I will see you next week. Bye for now.